What's going on YouTube? It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. We're gonna start making fun of Metal Complex on here now because him and I are friends now. So that's funny. Somebody must have told him that I was talking shit about him on my most recent video because he ended up seeing it and reaching out to me and being like, hey, I kind of agree with you. And now we're friends. It's great. I was like, yeah, no, you were definitely like a pussy with your stance on that. And we talked, and now everything is great. So yet another one of the big boys that I have talked shit about and become friends with. So that's great. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Here we are. Very exciting video. It is almost the end of May, which means we are almost ready to start testing our shit again. Using our shit, testing it for a month straight. I have a whole bunch of knives here that I'm going to show you guys, and these are all the knives that are available for testing, and I want you, yes, you, watching right now, to decide what we're going to test next month. I'll basically do a poll on Instagram and on here, compile all of the votes together, and whatever wins, I will carry. So without further ado, the first one is Spyderco K390 Para 3. This one has skinny scales on it from Rips Garage Tech, I'm pretty sure, right? Skinny scales, micarta ones, lynch clip, all that good stuff. K390. Now, if I do test this, I will say right now, just for fun, I would also be at the same time testing this Delica in K390. The reason being, this one is made in Japan, and this one's made in the US. So I have heard rumor that maybe slightly, possibly, the ones that they make overseas are different than the ones that they make here. Who knows? But I would be very interested to try that and to see if there's a difference, and what better way to do that than literally have them together all day, every day for a month, both being used the same amount. So K390s would be going together. Both of these would be at the same time. The next one that I have is, there are a lot of Para 3s up for testing here because it's a model that's easily available, readily available, I should say, and in different steels. So sorry about all of the Para 3s, but it is what it is. The next one would be the Para 3 in S45VN. I'm very curious to see if this outperforms like Chris Reeve S45VN because I've tested that for a month before, and I would be curious to see how this does in comparison to that, so that's why this is in the mix. More of a steel testing as compared to like a design test. Another Para 3, the Maximate one. This is one that I've tested before. I didn't have the best luck with it. I also was not on YouTube at that time, so I didn't record any of the testing. So if we test this, it'll be fully recorded this time, second time around. Lots of sharpening would be done with this. I mean, with all of them, but you know, there are so many rumors about Maximate that I would be very curious to see if we can debunk any of those. So Maximate, Para 3. The last Para 3 in the lineup would be, oh shit, I forgot one. Shitty fuck, I forgot one. I'll mention it in a second. The Para 3 lightweight in CTS BD1N steel. Again, a Para 3, but curious to test the steel and also the lightweight model compared to the regular, because I've tested the regular, I haven't tested the lightweight. I do have a Spyderco Para 3 Rex 45 blade that's waiting on the rest of its pieces. That is also going to be thrown into this for testing. I'm just waiting on my scales from Applied Weapons Tech to like build that whole thing. But I do have a Rex 45 blade, so consider that an option for this as well. We have the Sage 5 lightweight in M4 to test. That's an option. This is so random. I got so sunburnt from working outside. Like, look at that tan line. And then look at the back of my neck. Hold on, I'll see if you guys can see the line. Hopefully you can see that. But I've been working outside at work all day. Yesterday, today. Look at how sunburnt I am, guys. I'm like toasted. It's awful. Okay. Native 5 lightweight, but in Spy 27. That's an option. I know I just tested the native, so it would be strictly the steel. But I'm so curious about this steel, guys. I have heard very interesting comparisons. I've been reading up on it a lot. I'm very interested in how this steel performs. It seems to be grouped with S30V, CTS BD1N, and S35VN, if I'm correct, and maybe LC200N. Like, they're all kind of in the same little fam there, so I'd be curious. Old school Benchmade M4. That's one that I haven't fully tested yet. We've got testing the Benchmade mini grip, the full flat ground with the sheep's foot blade. I've tested mini grips before and stuff. I've never recorded testing using the sheep's foot blade for a month, so that's more of a blade shape test. S90V bug out. That would just be testing the blade because I've already tested the bug out, but not Benchmade's S90V. A lot of people have been asking about that one, so I am a little curious about it. Benchmade Mini Crooked River. This one's in S30V, so we would just be testing the model itself for a whole month. I haven't tested the Mini Crooked River at all, so testing that model, not necessarily the steel. And the last one, I think, is the Emerson Micro Commander in 154 cm. Never tested this at all, or the, I used to have a Mini Commander. This is the Micro. I never tested either of them on the channel, or at all, really. This is another one that is up for testing. And I think that, yeah, that's it, I think. I will say this, if you guys end up choosing something really beefy and bulky like the Micro Commander, or let's say the Mini Crooked River, if you guys pick something really thick and like kind of hard use like that, or even this mini grip, I will say I'd probably do a double test and pair it with something more slicey. I cannot work with these blades 24/7 at my job. They will not do everything I need them to do straight up. Like, the design just will not tolerate a lot of the work. It'll tolerate some of the stuff outside, but once I go inside, it's just I need something spicier. So if you guys choose one of these like kind of harder use, thicker knives, I will team it up with a slicier knife like the Para 3 or the Native or the Sage or the Bug Out, and we would again do a double test. Honestly, I probably should just do a double test with these because I have so many knives to test and I use multiple knives all day. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Choose two knives, guys. Choose two knives that you want to see tested together. It can literally be any configuration. Just make sure that if one of your choices is one of these thicker, hard-use ones, choose a slicey one to be paired with it. But yeah, fuck it. Let's just pick two knives. We'll carry two knives for all of next month. Let me know which duo you would like to see. That'll be fun. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I gotta go bring my dogs to the vet to get vaccinated, so go use your shit. Eat mac and cheese. Watch Metal Complex because he's not as bad as I thought. Like, his videos are not my thing, but he's funny. Use your shit one more time, and I will see you on the next video. Love you all.